released. This breaks the cycle of anxious or angry thoughts and brings your awareness back to reality rather than the story your mind is creating about the situation. Another crucial skill for emotional regulation is cognitive reframing. This involves consciously choosing how to interpret situations rather than
Bonjour,
accepting
comment
your
vous
initial
allez?
emotional
Bienvenue à
reaction
notre
as the
bootcamp
only truth.
année
Your
2026.
emotional
We are
response to any
excited to
situation
welcome
is
all of
based on
you
the
to this
meaning
year
you
media
assign to
bootcamp.
what's happening,
Today is not just
not the objective
about
facts
learning,
of what's
but
happening.
also about
For
sharing
example,
ideas,
if
how we
someone
communicate with
criticizes your work,
ourselves and with our
your
customers.
initial
The theme
emotional
today
response
says
might
emotional
be anger
intelligence and
or
customer
defensiveness,
centricity.
but you
This
could
reminds us
reframe the
that
situation.
people may forget what we say to
Maybe
them,
they're
but they will
trying to
not
help you
forget
improve.
how we make them
Maybe
feel.
they're having a
So
bad
today
day
we learn
and it's
how
not
to
really about
connect
you.
better, communicate
Maybe they
better,
have a
speak
different
better.
perspective that
Don't
could be
worry, this
valuable.
won't be one of those
Maybe
boring sessions
this
where you have
is an
to check your
opportunity
time
to
every 5
demonstrate
minutes.
how
We
well you
promise to
handle
make it
feedback.
engaging.
None of these
J'espère que
reframes
vous
require you to
passerez
pretend the
un
criticism
bon
didn't happen
moment
or that you
avec
don't care
nous
about it.
aujourd'hui. À
They simply
bientôt!
give you options for how to respond rather than being locked into one emotional reaction. The most emotionally regulated people have developed the habit of asking themselves, what's another way I could interpret this situation that would...
We live in a time of unprecedented disruption, in a world of continuous connectivity and shortened attention spans, where people live their lives through their screens and share their experiences with everyone they know. Customers realize that anything is now possible. Their expectations keep growing much faster than businesses can adapt. Buyers put off talking to salespeople for as long as they can. They prefer to educate themselves. Welcome to the age of the customer, when all that truly matters is the quality of the relationship with your customers and whether you've earned a role in their lives. But customer loyalty can no longer be bought. It must be earned by building trust over time. The degree of trust depends entirely on their experience with you, how easy it is to buy from you, to interact with you, to be serviced by you. And equally important, whether customers believe you put their needs first. Instead of simply trying to reach people, you must reach out to them, inspiring more than persuading, sharing more than selling, earning attention more than buying it. If the defining story of the early 21st century has been free and now, the story going forward will be help me now. Help that arrives on time, in the context of the moment, based on who the customer is and what they're looking to do. Creating a more meaningful relationship begins with connecting your brand's purpose to people's lives. It means giving up the chase and acknowledging that the customer is now in control. The payoff? More loyal customers willing to buy more often. They believe in you because you put their needs first every time.
When I think about customer centricity, I try and use an analogy. And the analogy that I'd love to use is coffee and a coffee shop. And you realize that in that coffee shop itself are a number of employees who are there trying to help you with their customer service. But customer centricity is a little bit different from the standpoint as customer centricity happens way away from that brick and mortar. And customer centric thinking really focuses on what are all the processes and the procedures, what are the decisions that are made every single day as an employee that's going to have an impact on that customer. It's a filter that everybody behind the brick and mortar need to have in order for those processes and the procedures to be focused very specifically on the customer. Our economy is a consumer-led economy. Things are happening faster than they ever have before. Social media is creating a frenzy of feedback, instant feedback. So when you think about why customer centricity is so important, you have the opportunity to be able to define for yourself what the consumer and what the customer is going to experience. I think it really begins with intentionality. It has to be something that people are waking up every day thinking about the customer, worrying about the customer, and realizing that all the decisions they're going to make during that day are going to be focused on that customer experience that's happening. And so when you think about customer centricity and how it happens, there are really three things that every employee needs to be doing You need to be able to see the opportunities. What are those things that are happening, whether it's in your function, in your role, or in the entire organization? The second thing that you would need to do is now you need to take ownership. They have to be accountable for them. They have to see that it is their responsibility to get those opportunities accomplished. Then the third piece is you can do something about it, whether it's you physically doing it or whether you leading a group that will do it. You need to be able to take those actions. You need to be able to do something specific around the opportunities because you know you own them so that the customer experience can be intentional.
Have you ever heard the expression, be customer centric? I love that expression. You know, in my business today, I spend a lot of time with company leaders, organizations who are trying to understand what it means to be customer centric. And I love the fact that people use that word. One of the things I find most annoying about that expression is everybody tells you to do it. Nobody tells you how. Nobody tells you how to be customer centric. Nobody tells you how to deliver an amazing customer experience. And I love the fact, you know, I spoke at over 200 conferences in 2015. Each and every single speaker I had the privilege of sharing the platform with speaks about customer experience. They tell you what to do. Very few know how to do it. So for the past 3 years, my team and I have spent time trying to understand how do you deliver an amazing customer experience. When people say customer experience, what do they actually mean? What are the components of customer experience? If I took the expression customer experienced and reduced it to its granularity, what would I find? So we found that there were 4 components to customer experience. 3 R's and 1 C. RRC, we called it. Be relevant, be reliable, be responsive, be convenient. Relevant. Offer the customer what he needs when he needs it. A lot of us in businesses, and I've seen this sitting on boards myself, we came up with a strategy 5 years ago to do something, and we plow down the strategy to do this thing. The market changes, the customer changes, his needs change, but we've already committed resources to the strategy. So what do? We just keep going down the path we've been going down. It's the Titanic approach, right? Just keep plowing down this path because this business we're running is too big to change course quickly. And so relevance is about offering the customer what he needs when he needs it. Be reliable. What does reliable mean? It means timeliness, right? And timeliness is so important. But it also means, even more important, consistency. Consistency. Let me break down a myth here. A lot of people think consistency is ultimately about whether or not we have amazing IT systems in the business. IT, as a platform, enables you to deliver more consistent customer experience. It, in and of itself, doesn't deliver the experience. It is simply an enabler to deliver the experiences. What does it really take to deliver these experiences? We found is the culture of the organization. So in terms of reliability, convenience is important. Consistency is important. But on the consistency question, it's whether or not you have the right culture. Here's a good example of this. Our dear Department of Home Affairs here in South Africa has arguably one of the best home affairs systems in the world. Arguably, the rate at which they can manufacture a passport and an ID is in the top 10% of many home affairs around the world. They have an efficient system that they've spent a long time building and developing. But for the common man who goes to a home affairs office, often it's not a joyful one, the experience of going there. Because when you go, there is a disconnect between the efficiency of the system and the culture of the organization. So what happens? You walk in, nobody greets you, nobody acknowledges your presence, nobody talks to you. You walk into the 4 queues in the home affairs. You find a queue, you stand in it. You're not sure you're in the right queue. At the end of the hour, you get to the front of the queue, the grail of the home affairs office, right? And when you get to the front of the queue, the young lady in front of you looks at you and says, "Where are your documents?" You say, "What documents?" She says, "There are documents at the back. You've got to complete them." You go to the back. You get there, and there's a wooden deck with 5 lots of papers. Each of these a different color. You don't know which one to fill in. What do? You fill in all 5. You take this library of documents, wait another hour, get to the front of the queue, and then when you do, you're told that the system is offline. Because even though the organization has an amazing IT back end, the culture doesn't support the ability and the efficiency of the system. And so when we talk about delivering a consistent customer experience, consistency is where culture and system architecture and efficiency connect, where we enable our people to deliver, but they understand they're better enabled by our systems. So that's on the reliability question. We then speak about convenience. Be where the customer needs you, when the customer needs you. And finally, be responsive. This, in our experience, now remember, we run a research firm, so we research organizations. We found in our experience, this is the most interesting one. Organizations' inability to be responsive. What does being responsive mean? It means listening. And listening not with the intent to respond. Listening with the intent to understand. Understanding with the view to act. And these, whilst subtle, are critical differences. You see it on Twitter. And a consumer is unhappy about something. They tweet something. The organization has a call center of people who are monitoring their social media. They respond to this consumer by saying, hey, we've just followed you, follow us back, DM us your details, let's see if we're helping you. That's not listening with the intent to understand, that's listening with the intent to respond. What you're doing is you're essentially doing reputation management, crisis management online. That doesn't give a materially better customer experience. What does? We have a client that operates in Nigeria. This specific client is a consumer-facing business. And they were having some quality issues with the product they were selling. And their customer was complaining about the product they were selling. And so the client said, instead of us responding to our competitors, or to our customers rather, by telling them we're fixing it, we're on top of the issue, why don't we just take a step back? Let's bring them all in and take them into our confidence. And let's try to understand what is at the heart of the issue. So they took 3 months. They went on a road show around the country. And if you've ever been to Nigeria, you know it's a big country. And in each part of the country they went to, they would call focus groups of customers. And they would ask them specific questions around this product. And then they would listen with the intent to understand. Because for them, what they couldn't connect with was how they had made an incremental change in the formulation of the product. But the backlash from the customer was big. What they ended up finding was that for the customer, the component of the ingredients they changed was the single most important component. It's like the fizz for the Coca-Cola, right? If you took the fizz out of Coca-Cola, left the taste the same, and left the color the same, the branding and packaging the same, you would not have a happy Coca-Cola consumer. And so what they ended up realizing through going on a process of listening, understanding, was they could now act by changing that part of the formulation in terms of the ingredient, and then get their customers back and get them happy. They did it for strategic reasons. They were trying to cut costs and manage a more efficient business. But the part of the product formulation that they changed was the single most important part. They wouldn't have realized that if every time customers complained, they would simply send customers a complimentary of their stuff or say, we're looking into your issue. And so what you're finding in the modern day is customers are using crisis management techniques to try and manage delivery of value to the customer. And this is perhaps the greatest danger. So let's get back to the architect. What does it take to deliver an amazing customer experience? 3 R's, 1 C. Be reliable, be responsive, be relevant, and be convenient.
Today, we're going to discuss 7 reasons why a customer-centric approach is good for business. Coming up next.
We help small businesses grow with our marketing and design, talent, technology through our #1 marketing platform, Marketing 360. We call marketing and design math. We love math. And hopefully these videos will help you fall in love with math too. So make sure to follow us to learn tips, tricks, and strategies to grow your business and fuel your brand.
The American Marketing Association identified 7 pillars of a customer-centric business that help grow your company. Those pillars are: pillar number 1 is experience. Build customer-centric models that build on growing your business, not on mitigating loss. Pillar number 2 is loyalty. Create goals around loyalty and measure your decisions against that. Pillar number 3 is communication. Personalize your communication. Your customers are not just a number. Pillar number 4 is to consider your product and service assortment. Remember to offer products that your customers need, not just what you think they want. Pillar number 5 is promotions. Specifically, when you're creating promotions, don't ignore the customers that are already pricing. You don't always need to compete on the price. You do always need to compete on the value. And pillar number 7 is feedback. Good customer-centric companies focus on earning feedback from their customers, whether it's good or bad. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please go to youtube.com/marketing360 and watch our full webinar on this topic. Please like, share, and comment. If there's other videos or other topics you'd like us to cover, please let us know. Thanks so much for watching, and happy marketing.
If you're still leading with the product first mentality, you're playing a losing game. In today's market where customers hold all the power, being customer centric isn't just smart, it's survival. The old way of doing business where profits come before people is a losing strategy. The leaders who are winning today are the ones who put their customers at the center of everything that they do. But let me be clear, customer centricity isn't just a buzzword or a box to check. It's a radical shift in how you lead your organization. It's about fundamentally rethinking every decision, every strategy, every interaction through the lens of your customer. If you're not driving this mindset from the top, you're setting your company up to fail. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Mick Hunt. Today we're diving into why customer centricity is the most crucial element in modern leadership. We're going to break down exactly what it means to be a customer-centric leader, why it's more important now than ever, and how you can embed this mindset across your entire organization. So let's get into it. First, let's answer this. What does it mean to be a customer-centric leader? Well, being a customer-centric leader isn't about great customer service teams or responding to complaints faster. It's about fundamentally rethinking your approach to leadership. It's about putting your customers at the heart of every decision that you make, every strategy, every policy, every product. It starts with the customer. You just don't listen to them. You fundamentally understand them. You deeply anticipate their needs and make them the focal point of your business. Look at Amazon. They've built an entire empire being obsessed with their customers. Jeff Bezos didn't just talk about customer centricity. He embedded into the fiber of Amazon. Everything that they do, from how they handle their website to how they handle logistics, all starts with the customer. It's not a coincidence. It's the direct result of relentless focus on the customer. If you want to lead like a Fortune 1000 company, start thinking like Amazon. Next up, why is customer centricity more important now than ever? Here's the harsh truth. Today's customers have more power and choices than ever. They can switch to a competitor with a single click. And if you're not meeting their expectations, someone else will. In today's world where everything is digital, fast, and hyper-competitive, the companies that win are the ones that obsess over their customers. Customer centricity is no longer a competitive advantage. It's a necessity. If you're not constantly evolving to meet your customers' needs, you're already falling behind. Now let's get practical. How can leaders embed a customer-first mindset across their entire organization? This isn't just about preaching customer centricity in meetings. It's about embedding it into the DNA of your organization. Start by leading by example. Make every decision with the customer in mind and make it clear that this is a non-negotiable. Build systems that prioritize customer feedback and make sure it's integrated in your strategy. Empower your teams to make customer-first decisions and reward them for it. If your employees see that customer centricity drives every aspect from the business, from the boardroom to the break room, they'll start living it too. So what's in it for you? What are the key benefits of leading with the customer centricity mindset? Well, let's talk real results. When you lead with the customer-centric approach, It's not just about improving your customer satisfaction, it's about growth and long term success. Customers who feel valued stick around longer. They become advocates of your brand. But it doesn't stop there. Customer centric culture fosters innovation. When your teams feel focused on meeting customers' needs, they're more likely to come up with creative solutions and ideas that set you apart from your competition. Simply put, when you focus on the customer, everyone wins. And finally, let's address the elephant in the room. What are the common challenges that leaders face when shifting to a customer-centric approach, and how can they overcome them? Well, shifting to a customer-centric approach isn't easy. It requires a complete mindset shift, and that's uncomfortable for a lot of people. You might face resistance from teams who are used to doing things the old way, or you might struggle to balance customer centricity with short-term financial goals. Here's the key: alignment and persistence. Make sure everyone in your organization understands why this shift is necessary. Use data to back up your decisions and show how customer centricity leads to better business outcomes. And remember, this is a long-term play. The rewards won't come overnight, but if you stay committed, I promise they'll come. And here's a quote I want you to write down. In the race for relevance, the companies that win are those that put people before profits. Customer centricity isn't optional, it's the only way forward. Here's what I need you to do today. Take a good hard look at your leadership style and ask yourself this: am I truly putting customers first? If not, it's time to change it. Leadership is evolving, and if you're not keeping up, you're getting left behind. Do me a favor. Hit the subscribe button, share this with someone who needs to hear it, and let's keep pushing forward. Remember, being a leader isn't just about making decisions. It's about making the right decisions with your customer in mind. As always, I'm Mick Hunt, and doggone it, I approve this message.
Meaningful connections and paves the way for a richer, more emotionally intelligent life. 2. Practicing mindfulness.
Going into practical workshop discussion, and there are two facilitators. We have one major and main customer. Now, there are people that are not. Let me ask some people. There are people that they are not in our customer premises. So let me find out if they think they know who our customer is. Possibly there are people working in ROGS that don't know who our customer is. Who will I ask now? Where are the two of them are in my crew, so they know who my customer should be. Okay. Faith knows. I'm trying to look for. Where is the? I didn't see some people in your admin department. Are they doing matter? Where is the, what's her name? The fair lady. Eh? It's nowhere. Okay, Paul, who is our customer? Is your major? Who is your minor? Okay, so what we just done with the video play is just to give you a background of, what we are supposed to be talking about. There was something I caught that I was going to write. That was what, I don't know, what caught you in what the man said. He said making decision is not just about what. That thing caught me. I was typing it when the thing I jumped up. Somebody needs to share it out. There was a word he said, and I've listened to it over and over, but it caught me as I was sitting there. But I was typing. I was actually going to type it on our RGS WhatsApp group, making the customer your priority should be. It's not just making decisions that matters, but the decision should making the customer the center of your decisions is what really, really, really matters. And to really dig into that, there are two key people that will be handling that. Okay. Before I also say that, as I'm seeing Kazi, I remember now, I've sent a EQ questionnaire to some people, key leaders in all the countries. Don't skip it. No, don't give me. Not for now. Please don't give it to anybody. I have about 3 questions, but there's one. So everybody you are going to do an EQ test, but not now, later. Then there's another special EQ test, and I'm wondering, will my people be able to, it's a little more complex, but we'll do it. All the managers must do it. I will send it to you, do it, and share back to me. So if you don't do it, I'll take 10% of your salary.
You always take it. Why?
Because money motivates some people. If I say I want to spray money now, you see the way Daniel will come and be doing his waist. You. Daniel will come and be shaking his waist. I don't want to take too much of your time. So please, is this going to be interactive section? Dominic, Helen, Goodness, Joy, Sharon, I sent you people, Suleiman, I sent you a questionnaire. Now, don't do anything about it now until during break. Yeah? Our break is about 30 to 45 minutes. So and you make, for Code of actually, you have to print and make copies for everyone. And don't give it to anybody until it is time. So, so I don't know how Bella will join from, where's Bella joining? Join from her home. I don't know how she will get it. You must. And there's a bonus money I will also share for your EQ test. Okay, so please that's just by the way. I was supposed to do that yesterday, but I forgot. Too busy. There are 2 people that will handle this section. And the first, who is going first? The first is General Manager for Knock Business. And that's no other person
Mrs. Ngozi Ofoedu.
So put your hands together for her.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to another session of our boot camp. Last year we already agreed. Okay. We agreed last year that this is going to happen. We agreed in the beginning of this year that this is going to happen again in the middle of the year. And here we are again. This is June. We are coming back here. This topic was actually chosen in the beginning of this year, customer centricity. something happened then that we were trying to argue if we are to put the customer ahead or to put our personal needs ahead. We had that little argument and it was agreed that we are going to discuss extensively about customer centricity. But according to the video we watched this morning, is a general overview of customer centricity. But in our own case, we have just one client, which is Huawei. But their own way of doing work, if we go about everything that is said in this video, it might not work. We are going to lose a lot of money. We are going to lose. But that is the truth. If you understand, over the years we've worked with Huawei, there's a way, I don't know whether it's their culture, Chinese culture, the way they do their thing is different from the normal world. We, over the years, have to understand their diverse nature of doing things. They will tell you today, go this way, and tomorrow they're going the other way, and they expect you to know that you should be going the other way with them without them even telling you to go the other way. That's why most of the times we have a little problems that we find a way to manage. But God willing, we've not had a serious setback with the way they do their thing. But we, on a layman's language, I want somebody to help me define what you understand by customer centricity. Can somebody try? Anyhow you understand it, just say something. Even people from outside the country, can you try? Just define it, even if it's in one word. Just define. Say something. Okay, Madam Tina.
It can be defined as putting the customer at the center of your activities.
Okay. It is true. For everything we are doing, we must have to find a way to satisfy our customer. We have to keep on thinking ahead of how to manage their requests and provide excellent services to them. Even as Huawei is our major customer, is our customer, sole customer, we have other competitors there in the office where as they contact us, they contact them. But how do we, on our own, ensure that they contact us first before talking to other customers, other competitors, is what we are about to discuss today. From the video we watched, they spoke about you always being ahead, thinking on how to maintain your services and earn their loyalty. Just like one of the videos said, loyalty now, you must earn it. You don't just sit down one place and the customer will be loyal to you. You must earn it. By what? Can someone say something? By what?
By your services.
Just your services, whether good or bad.
Good services.
Excellent services. Any other thing?
Persistence.
Any other person? She said persistence.
Being innovative.
Good. Being innovative. Any other person? There are a lot of them. Reliable.
Being reliable.
Being reliable.
Being reliable. Do you know what it means to be reliable? Whenever they call you, you are there. Well, whatever they want, you always have a solution to the problem. Any other one?
You must be responsive always.
Exactly. You must be responsive. And again, the quality of decision we are making has a way of affecting our productivity. They can't hear. How do I turn? Can you hear me now? Can you hear? Okay. Okay. Can someone speak from there? From outside the country? Can someone speak? Let's see if we can hear you. Dominic, we can hear you.
It's unmuted. Please unmute outside the country.
Oh, yeah, speak. Let us speak. I don't understand. You understand. No, the answer was not there. The one that was just concentrate on here first. Later we want to say they want to say and that's what understand. You slay them and you raise it. And when they are I think they just so we're able to hear them. So can we put this picture?
Hello. Now you see, it took us over an hour to set up. So for the discussion to run, if you have answer to give from outside, please put it on our WhatsApp group. Then when it's time, we'll pick you so that we can there will be feedback from here. Okay. All right. You want? Okay. 1 second. Hello. It's my. But no, you don't talk to them. So you make it. You can't speak. No. You understand? Hello? Who wants to contribute outside? Okay, Dominic, go on mute. Go ahead. Dominic. Okay. All right, go on.
No, I have nothing to say for now.
Only take for now. Only take contribution from here. We'll read their questions. It's better like that.
Okay, let's continue. As it pertains RGS and the Huawei business, we must not go all through what we have on that video, word for word, or the process or the way they itemize it, because our business and our customer is different. They have a different way of attending to issues. They have a different way of asking for their own services to be delivered. You must have to understand what your client actually wants and try to meet it exactly the way they want it. It might not be the normal way, but you have to strike a balance. The way your company is running, you have to strike a balance to satisfy their own needs without losing money as well. As much as the business, all of us, both Huawei and RGS, we are here to make money. From our experience, Huawei wants you to run their business with your money, and you pursue them every day to get your money back. That is it. It's normal for them, but in the outside world where it is not like that. That's why before you satisfy your customer, you must understand their way, the way they do things, for you to be able to survive in the business. Okay, generally, if we have to deliver excellent service to them, we have to be peculiar with what Huawei needs, exactly what they want, not what might be happening elsewhere. Because from the video, they said you have to ensure you understand exactly what the customer needs, not what you think they want. Because you might end up going to give them what you think they want. Your services is no longer okay. Because for them, you are doing rubbish. What they have asked you to do is not what you are doing. So you have to understand exactly what they want, not what you think they need. From our own part, for every decision we take in RGS has a way of affecting our customer. Huawei. Sometimes we make decisions. We delay the decisions we make. Maybe when they ask you to do something, all of us will just be running up and down. But it is advised that we should have a standard time to respond to their needs. Because you will not wait and be delaying, they will go and contact another person to do the same thing that they've asked you to do, that you are delaying to respond. So timeliness in responding to their needs matters a lot. Timeliness. You have to be responding timely to avoid them having to contact another person before you come back with your own feedback. Just like some of us here have mentioned, responsiveness, you must be consistent too. It's not today, like we do that a lot here. Our feedback usually not the same from here. We have to try as much as possible. Today we are feeding back this. The same question they will ask us again tomorrow. We are feeding back this. Another thing. Sometimes they are confused. It happens a lot in us here. Most times when they even ask us to feedback on something, me and Mr. Tola, we know what we want to tell them. But when we come back to the office to ask, a different response is what we will get. So at the end of the day, we are confused. They are confused. So we will try as much as possible to avoid such happening. We have to synchronize with our decisions to be able to come up with one standard decision, and it must be documented, so that if tomorrow they call Zibai, I don't like what Ngozi and Akiola is feeding me back, and they call Zibai, please can you tell us tell us the name of your customer that supplies you laptop. Exactly, I'm citing an example. Zibai will say, okay, is Samsung and Co company that is supplying. Because it is documented, me and Akiola, we have told them Samsung supplying company. Zibai will also feed back with the same thing. So then they don't have choice, because it is synchronized. But when in a situation where they ask us, we already said it's ITEL. They call Zibai say it's Samsung. They call Sarah said it's Nokia. Which one will they take? We will just be looking like we don't know what we are doing. You understand? So whatever feedback, whatever I heard them talk about experiencing somewhere. For us to move further, we have to document every decision we take and make it available for everybody to see, so that whoever they call upon tomorrow should be able to feedback the same information. That is consistency. You understand? That is consistency. We are always feeding back with one information, no matter who you call from the company to feedback. We have to do the same thing. We have to give them the same feedback. Again, being convenient, it goes a long way. Whenever they call, you are there. Like me and Mr. Keller, we cannot be absent in the office the same day. It's not possible. No matter what is happening. Once they call, they don't even want to call you on the phone. They will just tell you, come up. We want to see you. It's not just call you on the phone to ask you a question. They will just come upstairs. We want to see you. So we are available. It's convenient for them to talk to us immediately, and they expect you to give feedback almost immediately. Again, for every decision we are taking, or every way we are giving the excellent service to our customer, we must review our process constantly to ensure that whatever we are giving, is it working or is not working, or we are just running around in circles. We must review the processes and procedures constantly to be sure that what we are doing, is it working or is not working, for us to be able to adjust, maybe change whether what we are doing before is not actually working. We need to change. So when you constantly review, it will help you to find out whether what you're doing is working or is not working. A team that promotes customer centricity, teamwork. We have been talking about teamwork ever since RGS Bootcamp started. Teamwork. It's nobody's work. It's not my work. It's not your work. It's not MD's work. It's all of us work together. We have to work as a team to deliver the services. I need the help of everybody here. Most times I call Augusta, please, I need this PO. Can you help me? She will give me. As she knows most times I can also assess that thing, but maybe at that particular point in time, I might not be able to have the time to assess the PO I'm looking for. She will give me. Daniel does that too. And again, in teamwork, all of us, we are working towards delivering excellent services to our customer. Regardless of what your JD is, it is not my duty to attend to our. We have we have two customers. Huawei is our customer. The resources we are employing are also our customer. How we relate to Huawei, how we relate to them, they're also customers. If we don't employ them, we don't have a business. If they are not in our payroll, we actually don't have business. Huawei gives us contracts, and if we don't have those people, we cannot execute. So the way we relate to Huawei and the way we relate to our resources is still customer service. So why I said it must not be your JD before you attend to any of our resources, because they are also our customers. Their feedback matters. How they are being treated matters. How we handle their requests also matters. It's not just to manage Huawei, we also manage our resources. They are also customers. When they call us on the phone, some of us don't answer their call. It's not a good feedback. And when they ask, even no matter how many times they ask you questions, Madam, it's not working well. I have tried to talk to so and so. She's not answering me. Or she has given me feedback, but I'm not satisfied with what she's saying. They will call me and ask me. I will give them the same feedback. They will say, I'm not okay. They will call Sarah for the same question they are asking. They want to know who will give them what they want to hear. So, it is not only my business to attend to their needs. All of us are customer service personnel. No matter your level, no matter your position in this company, we are all customer service personnel. We have them plenty. Calls always coming every day. One thing I must beg of everyone here, we must always pick our call, no matter what. Always pick your call. No matter how bad your feedback is, no matter how unfavorable what you want to tell them is, tell them. That is it. HMO does not cover you having a salary of 1.5 million. You have to pay. Hey, they will pay 350,000. You have to pay the remaining one. Tell them it is what it is. Don't try to manage it. It is what it is. Just say it the way it is. They will go back and meet another person. Say the same thing. But the way you are telling them also matters. You cannot just be doing busybody when they are asking you questions. Your body is peppering you. It is not all right. Some of them insult all of us. They have told her so many things that, in fact, when they insulted you one day, that insult attracted the warning letter. It is what we are here to do, is our job. You understand? The insult, we will take it, but we will act. But the way you respond to them also determines how they will feed back to you. If you answer them like, you are nobody, me, if I am them, I will insult you. No, but it's true now. Like I have always mentioned to us in one of our meetings, the way you answer them matters a lot. As much as what you are telling them is not okay, but say it calmly, explain it better. Be diplomatic about it. There's nothing you can do about it, but you have to say it in a way that the person, you have to cajole the person to believing what you have just said. That is customer service. We must be intentional about delivering this excellent service. If you are not intentional about delivering the services, you are not doing it because it is not you. It will be as if it is a disturbance to you. When you are not intentional, you should be intentional about what feedback, the kind of service you are giving. You have to have it in you that you are out to give excellent services, no matter how bad it is. Be intentional about it. Again, taking ownership. Taking ownership of all the duties. Like I said, it must not be your responsibility before you can take ownership of any queries that is coming from customer, whether resources or Huawei. They might end, maybe it's only my number they have. I am not finance. I only send message to finance to make payments. They might call me and say, Madam Ngozi, they have not paid my salary for May, and nobody is answering me. What you people are doing is not good. Blah 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 blah. I will not tell you why are you saying things like that. I will not say that to you. I will say, calm down first. Have you exited? Yes, ma. Did you do your exit properly? Yes, ma. I'm yet to be paid. Okay, don't worry. I will feed you back. I will get so and so to reach back to you to understand what is happening. It's not I'm not finance that pays. Probably maybe one day or Sarah must have sent message to Mr. Kazim. In one way or the other in the back end, they were not able to make that payment that day. But I won't tell the client, the staff, I am not finance. You should wait until they pay. I won't say that to them because RGS is me. As long as I'm working with RGS, it is me they see. Everybody, most time ask him what they call us. When they see us passing, they'll just shout, RGS. They don't call us our name. It's RGS they call us. So anything we put out back there is what will be identified as. RGS does not give excellent services. It's me, Akiola, and every other person that sits there. It's all of us. So we try as much as possible to wear the good clothes, to be good ambassadors of RGS, regardless of your position. That is taking ownership. All of us have to take ownership of everything that comes. If you know you take ownership, does not mean you are doing it. You can relate to the person that is supposed to handle it. You have taken ownership. Okay, I've heard you. So and so will reach out to you. And you follow up with the person that's supposed to reach out and make sure the person reach out and give the proper feedback, because you might not have the answer at that moment. Okay. One thing that me and Mr. Akiolai always say: do not let your customer test another competitor. It's a very serious one. Don't let them smell other competitor before you can say, before you come back to do the right thing. Now, people used to say that Picnic don't do adverts, but people always rush back to buy Peak Milk. But when market started changing, they did not change. They did not change. They were there answering Peak Milk. Cowbell came, introduced those small sachets. Everybody can afford to take milk. It must not be Peak. Peak was very expensive, and they are always making those big sachets that not everybody can afford. Cowbell came. They introduced those small sachets that even barrow pusher can afford. They were still there. 3 crown entered. People tasted Cowbell. They tasted 3 crown. And they started saying, it's not bad after all. Now, Peak Milk has shared their customer. It's no longer only them that is in the market. Everybody started. If they had 100 customers before, they might end up having 20, because the market has been divided. People tasted Cowbell. Cowbell is actually nice.